And this segment is powered by BetUS. BetUS, hands down the number one platform on the face of the planet when it comes into sports gambling. I mean, even all the way down to politics. All right. They're matching 125% of your first 3 deposits all the way up to $2,000. This is the best promo in the game. Link is in the description. Certainly go on ahead and show them some love. However, guys, like I said, we did end up having a few of you send over your beloved division predictions. All right. So I sort of wanted to start off with Jay Tuck, and obviously we're going to have Nick's in here walk through his reasoning and see whether or not that you agreed with what he put on the table. And without further ado, this is what we have Jay Tuck putting on the table for the NFC East.
Wow, he got us with 9 wins. Okay, Tuck. Okay.
No, what is this? What is it?
Oh, you're upset.
Yeah, I gotta talk to Jay Tuck. I gotta talk. I thought we were boys.
All right. So Nick, sound off and let me know if you were on the same page with her.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good to me overall. I mean, maybe a little bit different on as far as the numbers, the wins and losses, but I think it stacks up. This division's coming down to the Eagles and the Cowboys, and as quiet as it said, there's a lot of combustible things over there in Philly as well. Everything isn't sweet. I know they went out there and got Saquon Barkley, and they're loving those things, but it ain't. You're on your 4th defensive coordinator in 3 years because they had.
Hey, easy on the new guy here, huh?
I'm just saying, you got, your Kellen Moore's over there now. That's the 3rd offensive coordinator in 3 years. I mean, it's just, there's some moving pieces over there. How is the relationship with the head coach and the quarterback? I'm just saying, it's moving pieces, but the lay of the land is where I got it ranked, though. Yeah, I agree with Tuck here.
So he's on the same page. And then, hey, with KidBlue is obviously upset. All right, so please give me your thoughts on what Jay Tuck had to say about it.
Here we go again, where we just overrate the Commanders on what they've got on paper. People do this every single year with the Commanders, and they prove to be exactly who we thought they were. And so I cannot see Washington getting 9 wins. Again, I've said it last week. When it comes to the Commanders, they just brought in so many pieces in there as far as coaches go, front office, players and stuff like that. I don't know how much chemistry is really there between all of them that they're just going to go ahead and get 9 wins off the bat like that. So we'll see what happens, especially having a rookie quarterback. I love Jaden Daniels, but he's still probably going to have his rookie moments. I don't know if he'll just flat out take this Washington Commanders team to a 9-win season. I don't know about that. The Giants record, however, I mean, I understand it from the outside looking in. I mean, I got to see where he had us winning. That will kind of give me a good idea how he feels about the team right now. But I don't think the Giants are going to get 4 wins unless it's something extremely bad. I know this roster, we talked about it earlier today. The roster for the Giants is not great at all, right? Like, it's not even playoff contender. But the coaching staff is what really brings the Giants kind of a step ahead, the roster. We've seen in 2022, they had a lackluster roster, still went 9-6-1, made a playoff run, won a playoff game. Last year was one of the worst years as a Giants fan that I ever experienced in 2023, and we still managed to win 6 games. So, even with the quarterback carousel that we had every single quarterback on our roster hurt last year. We still were able to win 6 games. Tommy DeVito beat the Green Bay Packers for crying out loud. So, I still think we're going to be able to win games. I don't think we're going to be losing as many games as that. And then when it comes to the Eagles and Cowboys, I mean, that looks fine to me. I mean, again, like Nick said, the numbers could be 1 or 2 points off, or 1 or 2 win or losses off. But I still think the Eagles are going to win the division. It's their turn in the because you can't win the division twice. So yeah.
And so, any reservations about this list, Gary?
No, okay, so I do have a few adjustments. So I'm going to start from the bottom, actually, with the Giants. I actually agree with KidBlue here. I think they get 6 wins. I really do.
Yes!
And I think they get 6 wins. I'm trying to look at who they were last year, what they've got in terms of their coaching staff, which, of course, he alluded to. But everything went wrong last year. Everything. Mm-hmm. And a lot of what they excelled at had to do with the mind and thinking football, and not necessarily execution. Everything execution-wise pretty much failed for the Giants last year. So you can go ahead and make that assumption that happens again, because the roster, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, it's not very good, but of course they made some key additions. I think they get back to 6 wins. I can't see Washington necessarily getting up to 9-8, but I can see like an, I don't know, 8-win season. And then Dallas, I have them at 10 wins. Obviously, I have Philadelphia winning the division, and not a surprise there from anybody. But I feel like Dallas in general, they're in a little bit of quicksand. They almost feel like the Los Angeles Clippers right now, where they're not sure. We've got the roster clearly to win. Can we put it together? And there's a pedigree almost, it feels like, that when it comes down to it, they're going to find a way to do something that ruins such a good roster that Dallas clearly has. Because if Dallas had any pedigree at all of getting it done late in the season and into the postseason, I really think their regular season would be a lot better than what we're predicting now.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And you know what? When we transition over to Rio, we're actually going to put his list up. And then please let us know your reservations with the previous list.
Oh, I don't have any reservations with the order. I think the win and loss. I think the win and loss column can change a little bit for the team, but I think the order is correct. I don't think we're finishing last place in this division. I'm sorry, KidBlue. I don't think we're finishing last place in this division.
We will see. Yeah.
Now, you'll probably notice that half of our representatives at Roundtable Sports always have their undies in a bunch when it comes to their favorite NFL team. And listen, I'm sure that they're getting sick of that feeling where they're feeling a wedgie rather than a warm hug. Maybe they want to say goodbye to uncomfortable chafing and hello to the softest underwear they will ever wear. Well, folks, let me introduce you to Shinesty.com, the underwear company that is here to revolutionize the underwear game. Let's be honest, life is too short for boring undies. These are so soft, y'all. You won't even realize you're wearing them. With the moisture-wicking technology and a perfect fit that never rides up, you'll quite literally feel like your balls are floating on a cloud all day long. And look at some of these absolute designs. And get this, folks, if you use our code at checkout, you can get an additional 15% off your order, RTS15. Remember, supporting our sponsors is a way to support us over at Roundtable Sports. So stop neglecting your balls and give them the gift of Shinesty underwear. Link is in description.
Me and Rio have our own division race, and then Eagles and Cowboys. Yeah. You know,
yep, this is my divisional power rankings of the NFC East. I don't think anyone in this division is winning 13 games this year. I don't see it. I don't see any of these guys going 13-4. The Eagles are going to win because they have the best roster in the division and round of elimination. Nobody wins this division 2 years in a row. Gary's Philadelphia Eagles, back when Donovan McNabb was doing chunky soup ads, was the last time we saw a repeat winner in this division. That was 20 years ago, 2 decades. People just don't repeat in this division. Someone's going to have to break it at some point because history is made to be broken, but not now. It's not going to happen in 2024. Now. The Eagles are going to go 12-5. The Eagles are going to win the division. Let's hop to the bottom of the division. Nobody in this division is bad enough to be a 4 or 5 win team this year. And the only reason I have the Giants finishing 6-11 is because they're going to lose twice to the Washington Commanders. We're going to sweep the New York Giants this year.
When was the last time that happened? We talked about hold on. We talked about division winners and not repeating. When was the last time you swept us?
2020, I believe. I believe it's 2020.
Oh my, the COVID year? Oh my God! No,
okay, but I don't care about. But
that year didn't count, man.
Exactly, that year didn't count, and nothing that preceded this year counts to who we are now. So all of what Washington did in years before, none of that shit is in the building anymore. Ron Rivera's bum ass and his staff, Jack Del Rio. Campaign election year, Jack Del Rio is gone. No more dust ups in DC. Dan Snyder, the worst owner in pro sports history, gone.
I can't wait till week 2. I can't wait till week 2.
An actual quarterback at Northwest Stadium. No longer FedEx Field, no longer Commanders Field. It is Northwest Federal Stadium. Northwest Federal Credit
Union. Isn't it the same stadium though?
Yeah, it's the same.
It's same
better grass and better amenities since Dan left because the new owners actually put 100.
Oh, great! They got nachos there now. Fantastic. All right,
hey fellas, put your money where your mouth is with BetUS.
That's right.
The pipes.
Oh, the stadium's still ass. I mean, the pipes ain't gonna burst on you, but they're trying at least. Dan Snyder didn't try. Josh Harrison company actually trying. We're trying to get a new stadium, a new headquarters, but until we leave, they're trying to fix it up like a fixer-upper house you're trying to flip. They're trying to make it decent for the company before we get up out of here. But Washington, I got us at 8-9. This is an optimistic view for this season. This is a Kool-Aid view. I don't know how people got us like Nick Wright got a second and going to the playoffs this year. If that happens, cool. That is a cherry on top, house money, beautiful, perfect transitional year. But I'm not doing all that in year one. 8-9 is a phenomenal season with a rookie quarterback, new staff, new front office, and team looking to establish an identity. Dallas, I can't see them winning under 10 games unless that gets hurt. And I can't see them winning over 11 this year. Them and Philly are going to go to the final week of the season fighting for the division. It's going to be a battle between those two, but 11 and 12 wins just sounds like the right numbers for those two. Washington gets the 8 wins because we get the upper hand of the element of surprise. Nobody knows what's coming from this team in 2024. So this is my power ranking of the NFC East. Now roast me.
Damn. So, Nix, what do you think about this? Are there any reservations?
It looks more. I like this one a little bit more from the win breakdowns to where it is right now. Again, I do think Philly. It's closer at the top here between Philly and Dallas for sure. I think Washington's for sure locks into the 3rd spot, and begrudgingly, surely I think the Giants get more than 4 wins, right? I mean, they're going to get 6. They're going to find a way to get 6. The defensive front, yeah. The defensive front over there, Ed Burns, the other D-Law, right? I mean, that defensive front that they have in New York is legit. So around there, I have Washington 7-8 wins. That makes sense. I said the Cowboys are a 10-win team at minimum floor, ceiling 12. This is the better of the two I've seen this far. Yeah, I can rock with this.
My guy.
Now, there was a take earlier where, Rio and KidBlue got into an argument about the Commanders potentially sweeping the New York Giants. And I'm not going to ask either of them because obviously, they're going to pick their favorite team. So I want to ask Gary. Gary, if you had to put your money down on the Commanders sweeping the New York Giants, is that going to happen in 2024?
No chance. I just don't see it. And this is considering that I believe that things are going to work out in the best way that it can work out for these two teams. Pedigree shows, and this is part of a lot of the predictions we're making are based on long-term data. There's a reason these numbers are there. There's a reason that since Tony Romo, it's like no team goes out there and wins back-to-back divisions. So a lot of us have to act accordingly. I feel like doing anything else is just trying to go against the grain. And I feel like that's just a bold take going with the sweep. I just don't see a sweep happening. I just think when it comes down to it, whether you like someone's defensive line, their secondary, with what you think the Eagles have done in the draft with the 1st and 2nd round, it feels like it doesn't really matter what happens in the draft for these teams because when they face off, every game's close. And what I know about games being close is that it usually splits most often, more times than not. And that's what I'm going with. I'm going with the split.
Respect. I respect it. This guy's good. This guy's polished. This guy's good.
Consider.
Yes. Hey.
Consider.
It's Gary Sheffield Jr. over here.
I'm not you guys. I'm just trying to get like you guys. Trust me.
Philadelphia Eagles representative, Mr. Gary Sheffield. All right. I keep hearing an echo, and StreamYard's been like having an aneurysm for the past couple of weeks. So in case you guys are hearing an echo, it's exactly what it is. As KidBlue gives his redemption arc.
Oh, you guys are going to hate me with this one.
This is wow. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
Okay. I know what everybody's going to be looking at. It's the Philadelphia Eagles winning 14 games. Here's what I will say about that. I'll start with that one because that's the big elephant there. I hate Howie Roseman. I hate the man. All right. I've hated the man since they won the Super Bowl. I actually liked them before they won the Super Bowl because all the Eagles fans hated him at the time. Now they love them as soon as they won the Super Bowl. I have utmost respect for him. I've been looking closely at what they've been doing in the offseason, and I've been flat out jealous. I'll be honest with you. That's where I want to be as an organization. I want to make crazy trades. I want to over provide for certain positions and things like that. And I'm going to draft well. I want my free agent. I want to, get good free agents in there that are going to be impactful. And I see that with the Eagles right now. As much as I hate the Eagles, I grew up, despising because I grew up, I spent half of my, child years in Pennsylvania. So I was surrounded by Eagles fans. I grew up hating the entire organization, but I respect what they're doing over there. And I think it's going to work for them for the most part. I know there was a lot of talk, bringing in a new offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators in there, kind of rotating them in there. And I understand that completely. I just think that they do have, even though there is some controversy with the coach, with Nick Sirianni, and is he the guy there? Is he having problems with the quarterback? I still think they go out there and win games. They've already proven it. Jalen Hurts has already been to a Super Bowl along with Nick Sirianni, and they've gotten close again in the following year. So I still think they're going to win a lot of games. And I look at their schedule, and I'll be honest with you, on paper, there's just not a lot of teams that stack up with the Eagles on paper, going through these schedules. I went through the whole that I got to this conclusion by going through in every single game that the NFC East goes to with the NFL predictor thing. And that's how I got to my conclusion. So with the Dallas Cowboys, I think they're going to take a little bit of a step back. I don't really have a crazy opinion on the Cowboys right now. They're just kind of, the second best team in the NFC East. So that's where I have them at there. And the Giants, I will say this is probably close to the most generous win total I can give them. I think maybe they can slip away with 8 wins. I don't think they come out with a winning record, but I think that at best they could probably get 8 wins. I think they have to start off early. They have to start off early with Minnesota, Washington, and then work their way from there. Start off 2-0 and then work your way from there. Because if you start off 0-2, the numbers aren't favoring you, winning much games after that. I've said this on the show multiple times, but if there's 3 things you can look forward to in this life, it's death, taxes, and the New York Giants sweeping the Washington Commanders. And I have them doing exactly that this year again. So
not a chance. Not a chance.
There's 2 of those 7 wins are from the Commanders. So.
Not a chance.
Drew Lock.
Not a chance. Rookie Jaden Daniels is getting swept by Daniel Jones. Absolutely not.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
You mean Drew
Daniel
Lock?
Jones
right?
turns into Clark Kent versus Washington.
Versus the old Washington.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.